All right, here we go. 7:50, 7:49 on Thursday. Look at that. All right, so this is Brush Creek, and you're looking at some of the leftovers of what happened just last night and this morning with the historic rain and the flooding, the flash flooding. This is one of the top flash flood events that we've had in Kansas City. So I'll show you the rank and kind of where this one falls and how much rain we got. I mean, it was incredible, of course. And how all this happened. How did this happen? And we'll just show you what we see. So I want to do that. And then the forecast, of course, what's coming down the pike next. And we have a new weather hazard. And it's going to be this nasty heat wave that's ahead. So we're going to roll through all of that. Let's just hop to it. Okay, so these are the storm rain totals. And look at the size of this thing. I mean, the purple is 6 inches plus. Well, it's actually like 6 to 7 inches. For that pink and purple splotch that you see going from KCK all the way down to Gardner. I mean, whenever we have a big flash flood event, if you look at some of the other ones that we've had in the past, they're very localized. You get some intense rain over a small area, like 1977, the worst flash flood event in Kansas City's history, was right over the plaza, like very small. This one is humongous. I mean, to get 6 inches of rain or more over such a big area is what makes this event really stand out. So many people got really heavy rain. Look at this down here by Gardner. We had multiple rain gauges that confirmed we got over 9 inches, 9.6, 9.8. Clare, Gardner, southeast of Olathe. And then we run up to around Shawnee where we had 11 inches of rain. My goodness, almost a foot. And then over here by KCK. Getting up on 7 inches there. To put that in perspective, the average entire month of July sees about 4.5 inches of rain. So a lot of us got 2 months worth of rain or more in 12 hours. 2 months worth in 12 hours is how some of it went down. So how rare is this? Well, this was about a 1 in 200 year event. So what does that mean? Does that mean that 200 years ago this happened, and then in 200 years from now it's going to happen again? No. But what it is roughly once in every 200 years, statistically, you could expect something like this to occur. So some areas saw 8, 9, 10 inches in about 12 hours. And we look at these things, you can actually go to any spot, and this is for a spot, a location. There's a 0.5% chance each year that it could happen. So sometimes, you hear of these 1 in 500 year, 1 in 1,000 year flood events or whatever events, and they happen twice in 10 years. And you're like, how's that? It's just a really low odds on any 1 year. But over enough time, it's likely to happen. That's kind of how we think about it. So just how unlikely is it each year? And you're less than 1% and one spot in this area of having it each year. So we don't expect to see this again for a long time is kind of the takeaway. And then what that means, again, is it equals about a 1 in 200 years for one point. Now, somewhere else in Kansas City, so I used the Gardner area for this. Or excuse me, I think it was Overland. I used the Overland Park area for this. If you move to another part of the city, we'll probably have that again at some, that's for a specific point is what that means. It's kind of complicated, but just a rare event. All right, we don't see this often. Here are the worst flash floods in Kansas City history, and where does this one fall? So September 77 is the worst. That's where we got 16 inches of rain, and it took 25 lives. 98 was the another one. So both of these are called the Brush Creek floods. So there's one in 77, another in 98. That one doesn't seem nearly as bad. You're like 6 inches. But again, it was hyper-focused, and most of that was in 1 hour. So Brush Creek just went, swelled immediately. And they had a tremendous water rise, and several people died in that one too. Most recently was July of 2017. There was about 5 to 7 inches of rain there. There were water rescues. Looks similar to the one that we had. And then this one at 6 to 10 inches. So this one was actually worse than what we had in July of 2017. So there you go. Those are the top four event. And that's what we went through last night. So before I move on to the forecast, let's see if there's any Facebook questions or comments. No. Okay. So what's ahead? This is the main thing. The heat wave. So we're going to turn eyes from one weather hazard to a new one, and this is a nasty heat wave that's going to last a big chunk of days, like all of next week and beyond possibly, where the heat index is going to be 105 or hotter. Each day is going to be dangerously hot. You're going to see on your 7-day, we're first warning of all of next week. And the reason why is each of these days, you're going to have a risk of heat-related illness, and we just got to watch it. And whenever there's something in the weather that could disrupt our day or be a hazard, then we're going to highlight that and say, just know, and each of these days in the afternoons will be so hot that if you can plan around it, some of us got to be out and work in it, but if you do, plan for your breaks and, just take care of yourself. And there are others that, with all this rain that we had, it's going to take a while to restore all the power. The Evergy is saying in spots it could take a good few days, and we're going to start the heat wave by then. So some of us may not have, air conditioning as we begin this from the recent storms. So why is it going to get hot? Let's show you this. Something called the heat dome. There we go. So the heat dome is this big bubble of high pressure about 15,000 feet, 18,000 feet above the ground. And the slang term is the heat dome. And that slides up over us. And when these things get going, it's like they anchor. And they're really tough. So you can imagine they're kind of like big blocking systems. So the jet stream gets kicked north. The jet stream is the track for storm systems, and this just keeps those away. So it takes something really strong or a whole bunch of different lows coming by to try to bust this thing up, and it often takes a while. And this one could take 2 weeks. I mean, it might not be until the end of the month that we get away from that. Ugh, doesn't look great. So here's what we got the next 3 days. Tomorrow's 88. This is about normal, high temperature-wise, but it's really humid tomorrow. All the rain that we had here from last night is going to make the humidity that much higher. There's just tons of moisture in the low part of the atmosphere. There's also a rain chance. It's not too high. There's no flood concern going ahead. I know that we're all kind of on edge about that. Saturday could have a little bit of rain too. And the heat wave begins, 93, but we don't start with the first one until Sunday. Sunday, 94, hot, hot, hot. This evening, let's check the radar. Everything should be nice and quiet. We just have cloud cover. I love the clean sweeps on the radar there. And then let me show you what's ahead. Tonight's fine. Tomorrow, there's a shot for us. We've got a little front that's kicking through tomorrow, and this computer forecast, a lot of the recent stuff doesn't do much with tomorrow, a little spotty downpour here or there. But I wouldn't be surprised if we had a little bit more than that. Whenever you've got a front coming through and it's super humid, we could have some spotty storms, but it won't be much. Saturday, this is kind of new. The morning looks like it could start with a little rain. It's kind of scattered, and it's more focused north and east, and then that clears out for the afternoon. It turns sunny and hot, hot, hot. Look at this, though, today. You remember yesterday before the storms came in, it was super hot. We had 93, 94. It hit 93 yesterday. We're like 12, 15 degrees cooler today. Now, by about this time, we had some storms getting going, so the 24-hour difference isn't as great as it was earlier. But 70s, we're in the, high today is 79. You don't see that too often in July. So here's our evening. Again, temperatures in the 70s, nice and quiet. Get you set for tomorrow. Low rain chance in the morning, 20%. Much of the day's dry. Watch for some spotty storms in the afternoon, 30% odds, not great odds, and 88. But watch this. Your humidity is pretty cranked up Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then you're looking at it, you're thinking, oh, it's almost comfortable by Tuesday and Wednesday. But check this out. Your high temperatures. Your humidity might go down a little bit, but your temperatures go up. Some of our computers are putting out triple digits for next week. I mean, it's possible that we hit 100 Wednesday, Thursday, something like that. So how it feels outside doesn't really, matter one way or the other. We're all going to be starting on Sunday, 105 or more, typically. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Some of these days could be up to 110. And the nights are like lows in the 70s and muggy. It's just, bleh. But that's what we got. Here, let me get you the full 7-day here. Whole bunch of red on there, isn't there? All right, so 88 tomorrow. Enjoy that. 93 on Saturday, 94, 95, 96, 97. First one. All of those. Let me show you this. Here's the temperature outlook through the rest of the month. This takes us all the way through July 31st. And you see that? It's kind of faint, but that bubble of pink is right over our area. So warmer than normal. It's just going to be hot the rest of July. Now, maybe something will develop. It's not going to happen over the next week, but maybe something could get going a little bit beyond the 7-day that we don't yet see that could form and try to break this up. But for now, we just need to be thinking this is going to be lasting through the end of July. That's just kind of the way it looks. Okay, so there's your update, everyone. Let's see if we've got any questions here. Crazy rain. Almost got stuck in KC last night. I believe that. Yeah, I mean, there were a lot of water rescues last night. And a lot of streams and, just drainage areas that were over their banks. And, I mean, 35 was shut down. 635 was shut down. Portions of 70 were shut down. It was just a mess. Is there a storm chance tomorrow? Austin, yes, there is, but it's pretty low. So it's about 30%. Yeah, Raul, he's going end of the month. We got to wait till the end of the month. This is going to last that long. This is like a 2-week heat wave. From what we can tell right now, it's for sure through next week. But sometimes that, you get out past 7 days and the forecast gets more big picture, and you may not see some finer stuff all that well, that as you get closer comes into focus, and maybe there's something in there that could, 10 days out, break it up, but we don't see it now. All right. For now, we just see hot. All right. What else? Is there anything else I can answer for you guys? Clear by noon. Is it going to clear by noon for tomorrow? Yeah, I think we're dry through noon, most likely tomorrow. So, okay, everybody. Well, we'll join you at 10. We'll have updates on these rain chances, and if there's any tweaks with this heat wave. I mean, this is going to be we're getting to the dog days, and the times for forecasting for us, which are kind of tough, where it's just like tomorrow's super hot too. Back to you guys. Well, that's what we'll do. So, thank you so much for joining. Hope that this helped you out and gave you some maybe understanding of this was a significant weather event that you went through last night. And hope that you don't have problems at your property. I know some of us do, but if you're watching this, and I just hope that you fared okay. Have a great night. Take care. We'll see you at 10.